Hey Transformers 96 here with another video of just me expressing my feelings on a couple new Hot Toys that have just gone on pre-order. Both of them are Marvel, and of course, as you can see, the first one we'll be talking about is Captain America. The second one is going to be Thanos, so I'll save that for the end. But first of all, the Captain America from the Age of Ultron movie the pictures, the official photos were released, as well as the figure went on pre-order. Overall, my thoughts, I do like it. I think the suit looks pretty good. It's a nice mix between the stealth suit as well as the Avengers Captain America suit, because it's got a very, classic bright color, patriotic, type of look, more like what he wore in the Avengers movie, but it's got a more realistic military type of feel to it, much like the stealth suit. So I think it's pretty much the best of both worlds for both of those style of suits, and I think that they work nicely here together. Overall, I think he does look pretty cool. The one thing I do like is his shield is, of course, metal like the others from Captain America 2 are now, but it does have a feature where it is magnetically able to attach to his back, as well as there's magnets in the hands that are meant to hold the shield, so you can just have him hold one of the handles, and then the back of his hand has a magnet in it to hold the shield in place, which I think is pretty interesting. I think it's kind of neat, and it's nice to see them, keep updating how he holds the shield and just try to improve on what can be improved on, which I think is quite nice. Overall, he doesn't come with an abundance of stuff, but he does come with a decent amount of hands. It looks like the standard Avengers base, as well as he does come with his helmet, as you can see in his hand right here. He does come with his helmet, which I do like a lot. And then he comes with two head sculpts, one with the helmet on, one with the helmet off. Both of those head sculpts are just repainted from the stealth suit, and the stealth suit is the one with the helmet on right here. It's the same helmet, it's the same head sculpt. And then the unmasked head sculpt is the one that was like the civilian Captain America that came in the two-pack with the stealth suit. So we're really not getting too much new here. We get a new design shield, and we get a new costume, and that's basically it. Obviously the body's the same and the heads are the same. So overall, not a ton new here, but still pretty cool. He does retail for $225, and he's expected to ship between September and November of 2015. Overall, price-wise, I think it's actually pretty good. I have to say, I was expecting it to be a tad more than this. The stealth suit Captain America cost $220, so $5 less, and he didn't come with that second head sculpt. As well as his base was just the standard base, while this one's a little bit nicer. It's nothing like super amazing, but it is nicer than the standard base. So you do get definitely more for your money with this Captain America than you did with the stealth suit one. In my opinion, if you have other Captain Americas, see how much you like the other one to, try to figure out if this is worth buying it, another version of Captain America. Just for a different suit. Overall, I think it's quite nice. I'm thinking that I'm going to skip it, but, I'll wait a little bit to find out for sure. I do have the Avengers one, and I'm very happy with it, which is why I am not feeling the need to get this one, but you never know, I might do it. Overall, it does look quite nice. So something much more interesting to talk about, in my opinion, is Thanos. I am a huge villains fan, especially Marvel villains, just love them. So, of course, this is a big news day for me, getting to see the Thanos, the product pictures, and not just the same picture that we've seen a million times of him at Toy Soul Fair. I think he looks quite wonderful, I have to say. The face sculpt really looks like Thanos. It looks like the one from the movie completely, which I really do love. And then one thing that I am very happy about is the fact that he does come with the throne. I think that this is something that I would have never expected them to do, but they did it, and I think it does look quite wonderful. The throne will have lights in it. It'll have lights in the places that under the throne. There's like little thrusters that stay or keep the armrests up and keep the footrests up and keep the chair itself up. So those thrusters will be represented in the form of lights. You can see them right here. Overall, I think the lights are pretty neat. Nothing too necessary, but a little something to add to it, which I do like a lot. He doesn't have any rubber arms or anything, which I'm very happy about. They did go with plastic, which I think is just a smarter thing for them to do. Overall, I absolutely love it. I think he looks amazing, and I'm very excited to get him. The only thing that's a little disappointing was I was hoping that he'd have more hands. He only has a pair of fists and a pair of relaxed palms. I wanted hands that were kind of like, I don't know how to kind of describe them, but they were the hands that he did in the Avengers end credit scene. When he stands up, he puts his fingers on his armrest to, you know, lift himself up. And I was really hoping that he'd come with that style of hand. If you want to figure out what I'm talking about, just look up that scene. But I would have liked to have that so that he could be like standing on his footrest, but then have his hands like that on his armrest. I think that that would have been really cool to do. So it is a little unfortunate not to see it, but I have to say I wasn't 100% expecting to get them either, so it's not that big of a disappointment. But overall, he does look great. Of course, he doesn't come with the Infinity Gauntlet. You know, I didn't expect him to. I definitely believe that they will be doing a second version of Thanos, and this one, the reason that he comes with the chair, I think, is almost to get people to want the other one too, because, you know, they'll figure that if you just had two standing up Thanoses, they're probably not going to look too different between Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers 3, so they're probably banking that you'll buy two of them just to have one in a chair and then to have one standing up with the Infinity Gauntlet, you know, which is probably actually what I'm going to do. I'm very much hoping that they'll do a second one, so that's kind of the reason I think that they did include the chair. Overall, looks incredible. Has gone on pre-order as well. It is quite a hefty amount. It is $415, which a lot of people, I can see a lot of people are really disliking that price. I kind of expected it. I was texting Toys210 actually, who asked what I thought the price would be, and I said between $380 and $420. That was my estimate, so I got it, you know, pretty much right. It's on the higher end of my estimate, but still within what I expected. So I expected it to be this much. I know a lot of people didn't. I've seen a lot of pictures on like Instagram of people being disappointed with that price. It is definitely high, but I think that you do get a large figure and a large accessory. I'm not saying that that's like a fair price. It's an expected price in my eyes. Just that's kind of what I expect Hot Toys to price it at. That doesn't mean it's a fair price, though. I do think that it is definitely high priced. So I would definitely recommend for people to decide whether they want this based on really the chair. I mean, if you do want just one representation of Thanos, we're definitely going to get another one for Infinity Wars, and that one will come with the gauntlet, and it'll be more of a classic Thanos, because of course that's when his big debut will be, and where he'll actually get a lot of screen time in a movie. So if you just want one Thanos, I would highly recommend just waiting for the Infinity Wars one. If you want Thanos, but you definitely want him to be like sitting in the chair, that's the representation that you want him in, then I would go with this one. Or if you're just not patient and you don't want to wait, you know, 3 years for that one, then obviously this one will do. Overall, I do plan to get both Thanoses. I mean, unless the next one is like just a slight repaint or something. If it's just like not different very much at all, then I'll definitely skip it. But assuming it's a different face sculpt with a different, you know, expression, maybe a little bit different armor, and obviously different accessories, I will be getting the second version as well. Overall, looking great. I have pre-ordered Thanos. Thanos I'm definitely going to get. And like I said, still deciding on Captain America. But I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on these figures. Thanos, I think, is one character that even people who don't collect the villains, they might be inclined to get this one just because of how big of an impact Thanos is on the Marvel Universe. He's the only villain to really, you know, I mean, Loki, you know, is obviously a big villain, but this guy, he's really been like, he's been the problem in all of the movies, you know, with Thor: The Dark World, Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm sure some of the more upcoming Marvel movies, he'll be the one that's kind of conducting the things in the Avengers movie, of course. So then when we finally see him in Avengers 3, he'll get 2 movies where he is the sole villain. I mean, he is just a huge deal in the Marvel Universe, which is why I do believe that there will be a decent amount of people who don't really collect villains who will definitely want this one, and I can understand why, and I am stoked to get him. I think it looks fantastic. So there you go. That's just my thoughts on the upcoming Age of Ultron Captain America, as well as the Guardians of the Galaxy Thanos figure. Can't wait for Thanos, and Captain America does look quite good if you are a big Captain America fan. Also, talking about Captain America, I am surprised to see him on pre-order this early. You know, I kind of thought that maybe the Iron Man one was just more of like a preview thing, just to get people excited for it. But now to see that they're doing Captain America now, I am thinking that they're probably going to start putting, you know, at least a few more of these Age of Ultron figures on pre-order within the next couple of months. So it is kind of neat to see them doing it so early, because last year with Captain America 2, I believe that they started putting figures on pre-order for that movie from Hot Toys around around March, and that movie came out early April. This movie comes out early May, and they're already having figures go on pre-order in June or in January. So I am actually very impressed in how early they're getting these out there. I really hope that that's like a new theme with Hot Toys. I'd love to see them start putting figures on pre-order sooner and sooner, because I would love to get these figures closer to when the movie is out, and not, you know, like a year after the movie's already been on DVD, you know, type of thing. So it is nice to see them coming out with these figures pretty early. All right, guys, that is my that's my thoughts on the figures. Thanks so much for watching.